Hello and what's up guys. In this video we are diving into a story that has sparked heated debate worldwide. Kemi Badenoch's shocking reason for distancing herself from Nigeria. Buckle up because this is going to be an eye-opener. Now let's start with some background. Growing up in Nigeria, Kemi Badenoch faced challenges that many Nigerians will certainly find all too familiar. She described living in fear of violent crime, fear of political oppression, and even fear of those meant to protect us. Imagine this, a teenage Kemi watching as the police, instead of being guardians of justice, stole her brother's shoes and wristwatch. Shocking, isn't it? But that is just the tip of the iceberg. She has also been outspoken about the corruption that has plagued Nigeria's judicial and political system. She calls out thieving politicians and a government that silences activists with defamation charges and imprisonment. And as for Boko Haram and Islamism in the north, Kemi admits she's never felt a connection to that side of Nigeria, proudly identifying instead as Yoruba. But wait, before we rush to judge her, let's consider the Nigeria Kemi left in 1996. Back then, Nigeria was under a brutal military dictatorship. Violent crime was rampant, and state-sponsored killings silenced opposition voices. Kemi's teenage years were marked by fear and disillusionment, a trauma that shaped her perspective on Nigeria. Can we really blame her? Now, I've got some clips that break this down even further. They will give you deeper insight into Kemi's experiences and why she feels this way. So, don't go anywhere. Watch the clips and let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
I'm sure most of you have been wondering that who is this Kemi Badenoch and why is she trending? What is all this whole thing about Kemi Badenoch, Kemi and all around? Relax. Let me explain. In fact, let me give you the summary of what has been happening, how it's going, and the current state of the whole issue. Let me explain. First of all, who is Kemi? Her original name Kemi Badenoch. She is a born Nigerian who is now a British citizen. She don't nationalize there, nothing concerned her with Nigeria again. Kemi is a British citizen. She has served in their parliament. She recently became the leader of her party, which is Conservative Party, in November 2024. That was when all the whole issue started. When she became the leader of Conservative Party, now it make news everywhere. That is when Nigeria government or Nigerians tried to identify with her, which made Abike Dabiri try to reach out to her. They tried several ways to reach out to her. Meanwhile, Abike Dabiri is a chairperson of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. So she's in charge of anywhere Nigerians get issue in diaspora, anywhere outside the country. She's the one in charge to, look at what's happened or how to bring them home. That is Abike Dabiri. So Abike tried to reach out to Kemi Badenoch. Kemi was not responding. Send them. They try call, answer their call. The SMS, responding. They send email, answer there. Which led to Abike doing this interview on Channels TV.
We've reached out to her once or twice without any response. So we don't force people to accept to be in Nigeria. So if you appreciate the Nigerianness in you and you want to work with us, we're open to everybody, but we cannot force you to appreciate the Nigerianness in you.
After the interview, a lot of Nigerians started talking that why is she not trying to identify with Nigeria? Is it because she now have a political position? She's now big in UK. She's forgetting her roots. After all, she still have Kemi in her name. This and that. A lot of talk. The lady still no answer them. Till when the Vice President of Nigeria, Karim Shettima, also said this.
Immigrants build nations and immigrants build civilizations. Rishi Sunak, the former British Prime Minister, originally from India, a very brilliant young man. He never denigrated his nation of ancestry nor poured venoms on India. Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the British Labour or Conservative Party, we are proud of her in spite of her efforts at denigrating her nation of origin. She is entitled to her own opinions. She has even every right to remove the Kemi from her name, but that does not underscore the fact that the greatest black nation on earth is the nation called Nigeria.
So the Vice President used example of other people who are from other country who became big in another country but still did not deny their identity. That was when Kemi Badenoch had an interview that she mentioned one of the things that made her turn her back to Nigeria. Listen.
Remember my experience with the police in Nigeria was very negative. And coming to the UK, my first experience with the police was very positive. The police in Nigeria would rob us. So when people say, "Oh, I had this bad experience with the police because I'm black and they're white," I was like, "Well, I remember the police stole my brother's shoes and his watch."
His shoes?
Yeah, they took his shoes and his watch. It's a very poor country, so people do all sorts of things, and giving people a gun is just a license to intimidate. But that's not the bar we should use for British police. Obviously, it should be much higher.
It turns out that she has had her own cake or her own portion of Nigeria happening to her. So it turns out that Nigeria happens to her before she left. As a Nigerian, if Nigerian police has not harassed you before, or you've not had issue with Nigerian police before, you will not understand what she meant. According to her, Nigerian police stole her brother's shoe and wristwatch. It must be a traumatizing experience for her. Me personally, I've had my own traumatic experience with the Nigerian police before. This same police matter, a lot of people have come under this same Kemi's posts of her talking about how police stole her brother's shoe and all that. They've been sharing their experience of what the Nigerian police has done to them. Even Solomon Buchi went further to share his own experience, which everybody, if you're online, should know when Solomon's own happened. That police kidnapped him and extorted him and all that. Listen to Solomon's experience.
When I was in Nigeria, I was kidnapped by the police in Abuja, myself and my brother, in the heart of Abuja, in Wuse 2. I was kidnapped, and these guys said, "Oh well, that they've spoken to the Alga in the night, in the dead of the night." They drove us around the suburbs, the suburban areas of Abuja. They threw us into the trunk. I actually struggle with anxiety and what's it called? And claustrophobia. They threw me into the trunk of the car, myself and my younger brother. They harassed us. They told us that they could kill us, nothing will happen. They forcefully took our ATM cards from us, went and used POS, and withdrew how much? Over 500,000 naira. In fact, they took my AirPods. What are you guys talking about? Like, why is it that we are a very sentimental people?
Now, if you're in Nigeria and you're still thinking, "Oh, what has is it more than that?" Watch this video.
See, go back. I want my software go back. I don't want any smell to it. I don't be like you. You go. What's the problem? I want funny can you say only traffic offense.
So videos like this of Nigerian police harassing its citizen or arresting a lot of people without warrant, harassing you because of how you look, because you're young and driving a clean car, is one of the things that traumatize Nigerians, that when they leave this space called Nigeria and they get to a country where the police respect its citizen, where the police treats its citizen very well, they will be so traumatized to come back to Nigeria. So that is one of the things that made Kemi Badenoch say or maybe turn her back to Nigeria. Of course, you cannot blame her. People like FFK, Femi Fani Kayode, also said that, why would Kemi do this or that? She can go to her, blaming Kemi. Is it because you're big, you don't want to be? Nigerians now reminded FKK of his own record of corruption. Meanwhile, Nigerians did not forgive the vice president for what he said about Kemi. So they went back to dig up the statement the vice president said during election that Oshibanjo is a nice man and nice men sell ice cream. Well, Nigerians, are you not licking the renewed Shege ice cream? You can answer that question. Meanwhile, as all the discussion is going on, Kemi Badenoch went ahead to tweet. She went ahead to say that she is a Yoruba, that she has nothing in common with the people from the northern part of the country, which involve Boko Haram and all that, according to her. No, be me talking. That again fueled the anger. Everybody shout, "Why are you calling the north Boko Haram?" Blah 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 blah. The Borela. As the Borela, some Nigerians too, they back up. That is how Nigerians went again to dig up Chimamanda post, where Chimamanda wrote something that she is first Igbo before the white man came, and started calling her this and that. But some people who want to cause confusion are comparing what Chimamanda said and what Kemi said by saying she's Yoruba before, she has nothing in common with the North, and now saying Chimamanda also said that she's first Igbo before she became a Nigeria. So people are now saying that once they leave the country, they now have another identity or nationalize in another country. Now they will now throw away Nigeria and they don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria again. Meanwhile, in February 2024, Kemi Badenoch was in Nigeria. See, in this video, I promise not to put my own opinion, but this is it. If you are a Nigerian and Nigeria has one way or the other happened to you. Let me take for example, police has traumatized you before by arresting you without any reason, arresting you because of your look, arresting you because you're in the right place at the wrong time or in the wrong place at the right time. Whichever way, they shall raid and carry you. You will understand what Kemi is talking about. Or let me give you an example. As a young Nigerian, hustling guy, you clean just like I am, and you have a good car, you are driving in the night and you see checkpoint and it's police, you will have a panic attack first. So it's not normal that a Nigerian will see police and have panic attack when you don't even have anything implicative in your car, but because they are police, you're already scared. Because one way or the other, they must extort you. That is the traumatic experience that almost every Nigerian youth have. And not just that, those who are condemning what Kemi says, the politicians, the Nigerian politicians and all the elite, is it possible that if you guys want to prevent something like this from happening in the future, why not you create an environment that the people can be proud of? Few months ago, a few weeks ago, Davido also said the same thing, that businesses in Nigeria are suffering, and he will not want to do so. The statement, "Now, may I not talk," and they will say, "I'm still talker." Davido said something similar like that. Everybody came after that. Why are you throwing Nigeria under the bus outside? Why are you not, covering? How long will you be covering corruption? How long will you be covering police brutality? How long will you be covering police extortion? How long will you be covering those things? Anyway, if you see, you talk. Because one day, as we they talk, shame go catch them, they go change. Or shame go catch our president or the vice president or the governors. They can implement good policy that Nigerian citizens can be proud of, so that when they go out there, they can proudly hit their chest and say they are Nigerians. Look at during Olympic now, our athletes, they had to borrow bicycle. They are leaving the country. So do you want to interview those ones tomorrow now and they will tell you that, hey, I'm a proud Nigerian? Because Nigeria has failed there. Nigeria only want to identify with you when you are succeeding without getting involved in the process of your success. That is it. Now, don't misquote me. There are difference between Nigerians and Nigeria. Nigerians are wonderful set of people. They are wonderful set of people. But the Nigeria itself is corrupt. That is the problem. Every sector in Nigeria is somehow corrupt. But the Nigerians itself, they are good people. So how come the good people are in a place that is corrupt? So that is where everything rises and falls on leadership. If the leadership can correct things, right, I bet you the people will follow suit. Don't say, oh, every Nigerian youth is corrupt. Let me tell you, when the head is spoiled, the bottom will be rotten. It's just a matter of time. And if the head stops stealing, you will reduce the stealing or the corruption. Let me not use the word stealing. If the head stop being corrupt, you reduce the corruption by at least 50 to 60%. And then you cannot hit your chest and fight corruption, but you cannot fight what you are part of. Anyway, I won't say more than this. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section.
Why is Kemi Badenoch getting beef from her home country? The Conservatives leader grew up in Nigeria, but she's now being criticised for not always having the kindest words for the African nation. Badenoch, who was born in London but spent most of her first 16 years in Nigeria, said in 2022 it was a place wrought with poverty and broken dreams. And this year she added that fear was everywhere in the country. But now Nigeria's vice president has hit back.
We are proud of her, in spite of her epos, denigrating her nation of origin. She is entitled to her own opinions. She has even every right to remove the Kemi from her name. But that does not underscore the fact that the greatest black nation on earth is the nation called Nigeria.
Badenoch's spokesperson responded, Kemi is not interested in doing Nigeria's PR. She is the leader of the opposition in the UK.
They try to buy the voice, but they can't buy the truth, because truth is always bitter. Anywhere you find yourself, always say the truth, because now only truth will set us free. Now only truth can make Nigeria great. Say it, don't buy the truth.
Kemi Badenoch, the new leader of UK Conservative political party, has finally opened up on why she doesn't want to associate with Nigeria politicians. Omo, make una watch her reason.
This
Listen.
country, because here I could breathe free and I could be everything that I wanted to be. I grew up in Nigeria and I saw firsthand what happens when politicians are in it for themselves, when they use public money as their private piggy banks, when they promise the earth and pollute not just the air but the whole political atmosphere with their failure to serve others. I saw what socialism means: 4 million, poverty and broken dreams. I came to Britain determined to make my way in a country where hard work and honest endeavor can take you anywhere.
Wait, is this the reason why Kashim Shettima is saying remove Kemi from your name? This one hits direct. Before, I was a kind of being judgmental, saying, oh, she can't deny being a Nigerian. But after watching the reason, this video, I am full, in fact, 100% support of her. Please, where is the lie? As you watch this video now, is there any lie to what she said? Is the politician not looting? Is Nigerian politician not turning public funds into their private funds? Where is the lie? Do our politicians have empathy? Do they care for the people? She didn't want to associate with this kind of people. She wants where hard work pays, not where bribery and corruption pays. Wow. Anyway, what did you think? Comment your opinion.